Welcome to the Band Shop Podcast. Tonight we have Redtail on here, and we have a special guest host. Finally.
Made it. Finally,
we got Bennett on here.
I'm here. What's going on, guys?
Hey. How's it going?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Dude, what's your name? Sorry.
Bennett.
Bennett. Okay, Bennett, like the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Dude, cool. Hey, thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
man.
thanks for having
us.
Dude, you guys.
We were just chatting up about the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that one
quick
one sentence about it. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to just resume the vibe because that was fun. It's the problem with podcasts. Like, you just get to chatting. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, and then it can go anywhere.
right.
But that's the fun part about it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, hey, hold on to that. Wait, we're not ready yet.
Hold that thought.
Stop.
The worst is like when somebody gets started on a good story,
Yeah.
and then something happens and you get sidetracked, and you're like, we'll be right back to that, and then
No.
an hour goes by, podcast is over, and then I'll go back and rewatch it later and be like, fuck, we never finished that story. Now I'm gonna have people like,
fucking
what
nuts.
happened?
Right.
But yeah, you guys were in our top list of bands that we wanted on here from day one.
Thank you, man.
When we
Thank
started
you.
this.
We appreciate it.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Super stoked.
and I know that
Man, thanks for letting us play in your place too. That
Yeah.
was a really good time.
well, I know Finney's kind of bummed he couldn't actually co-host this.
Yeah.
But father duties
Things
you know,
happen.
come first.
Yep.
So
That's totally.
That's definitely something that we've all explored in this band too.
No, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a bitch. It's totally cool, you know.
We didn't want to talk to me.
Should I go take this call?
yeah,
No. Oh shit.
man, now that he's not here, man, fuck that guy.
Yeah, so,
Could you imagine? If you were here.
There was something actually before I forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
There's one thing like he in particular wanted me to bring up, and I'm gonna do this right now off the top.
Okay.
And I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure like I know what the story.
Okay.
But it was the wreck the wall situation at the Schilling House
Oh man.
when they were leaving that place,
Oh man.
and he's like, man, I gotta talk to them about that, see if they remember that night.
Oh man. I don't remember much.
that's all these guys.
No, yeah. That would have been. Man, I don't recall.
It's like flash images.
Yeah,
Of things being shared.
that's the thing. Is you end up with flashes of stories like that.
Dave hears the helicopters.
But yeah, I don't know. That was, man.
It was a long time ago. See,
What
we
year
go
was
back.
that?
Well,
What
you
year
guys,
would that have been?
what 2007?
7? 2007.
Well, it would have had to have been later than that.
No, it had to have been.
2009.
Because it had to, probably 2009, 2010.
What was I
Right
doing
in
in
there.
2009?
10 years.
Oh my goodness. We were playing in a band called the Lawnmower Incident.
Which is how
Yeah, oh my
I know you
gosh.
guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
from going way back into that.
That's
And
it.
Benny, who's back running today too, he's back there.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, and that's I mean, that's how we all met.
Yeah, man. Good times.
It was a really good time. It was
Wow.
a really good time.
That's
Yeah.
why I was so
long
excited
ass
when like
time
I heard
ago.
you guys were playing together again and doing shit. I was like,
Yeah. That's
when I first heard, I was like, no way. And
these
then
are
I
the
was
guys
like,
that I've always I don't know. I've always found myself enjoying playing music with.
We have like definitely a super comfortable like music language that we speak with each other. So
It'd be like a
it's-
decade,
Yeah,
you know?
it's super
Decade of
super
playing
easy to start
Yeah.
playing again when we did. So it's like
and see, Bennett here wasn't a part of this scene at that time
Sure.
because you're from a little ways away.
Little way.
Where are you from?
Marion.
Marion.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and this dude has been fucking amazing to us and
Sure.
stuff like. I mean, that whole scene out there that you kind of helped create, like, has been incredibly warm to us. So, like, even more warm than our hometown. Like, we get a better reception out there than anywhere.
Yeah, you definitely have to come check us out. I
Yeah.
run shows out of my house, so we'll have to get you on the show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
you
Yeah.
wanna play there? It's a blast.
anytime you want to have us, yeah, absolutely.
We'll work that out
We'll
for
gladly.
sure.
Yeah,
Gladly.
But yeah, so back in the day when our scene was popping, like we were playing shows together quite a bit. In fact, I think there was at least a month time span where it seemed like just about every weekend we were playing shows together somewhere.
Yeah, it was like a
like
intense influx of like so many bands, and like I feel like the scene was like thriving at that point.
Oh, it
too.
was.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and it
Plenty of
gets
places
brought up
to
a lot
play.
on this podcast, like
Right.
kind of reminiscing of when the Lafayette area had this big booming music scene
Right,
from like 2004 to like 2012 was kind of like when it was huge.
We're all like super young too, though, and there's like not too many underage places to play now.
Oh, there's nowhere really.
That was
Yeah,
the whole
it's just
thing. Was
bars
we had places, we had all ages places to play,
Mm-hmm.
and the will to play that music
And a bunch.
and just spend
A
those
bunch of
hours.
local bands.
Yeah, there were plenty of local bands.
Basilisk and Ghost.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Well, I remember do you remember when we did the Battle of the Bands thing?
Yeah, man.
And the weekend
Pretty
before, yeah, the
pretty.
weekend before, we had played a show together in Monticello. Remember? And then they drew the names out of the hat,
Yeah.
and it was Macintosh, Brian. Was it Brian?
Ice cream for ice cream.
Yeah, and he was the one who was drawing for the bands that night.
One of the members of that band earlier today.
And he drew out all the names. Do you remember? And it was like the exact same lineup that we had all just done
Oh,
the
yeah.
weekend before. And
Yeah.
he starts laughing and he's like, should I just redraw this? Like, I literally had this same lineup like last weekend. We were all like, no, that's all good. We're all good friends.
Right.
That was a fun.
that happened quite often. To
A
be
year or
honest.
two.
No.
Yeah. What was that spot called?
The
where we were
Underground?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
underground.
Underground.
That didn't last long either.
No, I remember like the owner for that was like this like real like intense like kind of cougar type lady.
Oh
Like,
my goodness!
I remember like she acted like super like she was the
Oh, dude,
shit.
fur coat.
Yeah. The fur
Whoa.
coat was
Well-
the reason. Like
Oh
she
my
had the
gosh, I
Cruella
remember
de Vil.
that.
Well, I was
like,
gonna say,
type of-
Ben and I kind of. After that, do you remember
Oh, shit.
when
Where's
we
this going?
when we went to and we were part of Junkyard? Helping run
Junkyard.
the
Yeah.
Junkyard.
That was fun.
And that was one of the partners from the
Yes.
Underground.
Yes.
And several other
where was
people.
That was around the corner then, right?
That was
Back-
pretty close to the underground, right? That was,
No,
Yeah.
it was
No,
it
that
was
was like
over
nearby
by
Reeley's.
it was right behind it was Reeley's too. It was the Dukes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
yeah.
that we converted
Those
over.
two.
We
Oh
played
my
there with
goodness.
a contortionist.
Oh yeah,
Do you
we played with the contortionist.
remember that one show
Pretty gnarly.
we booked with the Greenery and Analecta
At Reeley's.
at Reeley's?
Yeah, that was.
And they
It's a
opened
weird,
with
gigantic
that
room.
Beastie Boys song. And he was like, "Kick it!" And he jumped off that because that stage was
I was
what,
gonna
like
say,
12
I just
feet
remember
tall.
like there's like a
That thing was
super tall
gigantic.
stage, and there was like a
But-
cooling
they
system in the
op-
roof that was leaking. There was a huge puddle in the middle of the floor
Oh,
and
man.
everything.
Oh,
So it's like
Ruins,
maybe
man.
20 people
That
in the middle
band,
of this
and he
huge
just came
floor.
down and he
It
was
so
like-
funny.
yeah, right in their face,
They were
and no
gnarly.
one knew what to do. It was so
That
good.
was look what I did.
No, that was
No.
Logansport.
No, that was
in
look what I did
Logansport.
was we booked at Skylight and Logansport.
Oh, Skylight. Another one that gets brought up a lot on this
Yeah.
show is
Yeah.
Skylight.
Yeah,
And
that was
we're
like
seriously
that for a
we are
long
seriously
time.
considering making a T-shirt that says "Fuck that piano"
Uh,
because everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, man.
everybody knows what we're talking
I
about.
bet you
who's
don't
ever
know
played the
every
Skylight.
fucking
that I
show.
owned that piano for a very long time.
Oh yeah?
yeah.
I
What did you do with that
when
thing?
it lived in my house for a very long time.
Still out of tune.
Fuck that piano.
And then I
Like,
got the fuck rid of it. I think it ended up.
please
in-
tell me you pushed it down a flight of stairs.
No, I think.
God damn it.
I think it ended up in Louisville, Kentucky.
The spirit of that shit would haunt you.
Oh
if
my
you pushed
gosh!
it down the
But
stairs.
there is a failed escape sticker on the inside of it from when they put they put out this record Super Medium, and they came and played down there with us, and I don't think anybody showed up.
Where?
Skylight,
Oh,
a failed escape.
Failed escape.
Because we booked some other great, like we were like, fuck, this is gonna be a great time. We want to show.
I just
like,
rem-
maybe
Failed Escape is-
like a dozen kids showed up.
I think
But
people
it
showed
was
up.
such a fucking great time.
I think people showed up. It's just like Failed Escape has that weird aspect that like the hardcore like kids were like thrown off by.
Oh.
So I just remember
No,
like after one of the
I
first
remember-
songs like Failed Escape was
I remember
just
we
like
just-
and the
I
crowd
thought we
goes
just booked it
mild.
early. I thought we just played too early in the night.
So
Well,
good.
I was gonna
kinda
say it's kind
fucked
of
that
surprising
up.
because Skylight shows were almost always packed,
Right.
Because it's such a
Right.
tiny place that,
That
like,
time
that was
with
the
you,
beauty
the
of it.
analyst,
Yeah.
that was a blast.
The analyst, that was gnarly.
230 kids in that room.
oh,
Nuts
Yeah,
to
they
butts,
used to-
front to back.
yeah,
It was
we
just,
did that. I can't.
It was.
I don't remember which show that was that we
stank
played
so
there.
bad.
I think it was with OHR.
OHR,
Back in-
what the fuck was that?
That was
OHR. Did they? That was how bizarre.
that was our
How bizarre. No.
the band that Finney and I were doing before
Oh.
before it became California Caller and all of that.
California
It
Color.
was our Hero Returns, which is what we had first. And
Yeah.
and so
Didn't
we
know
when
the
we played
abbreviation.
when we played there one time, we had it packed like that and all the way out the front door, and there were kids out front,
Right.
like they couldn't get in.
Yeah, that was the
And-
spot, man. That was such a fun
That
place.
and Downtown Records, those are the ones that get brought up the most on this
Downtown
show.
Records, yeah.
Like those two places.
That was like, no, we never played. No, that
Never
was
played.
like
Did you guys never do Downtown
that was
Records?
after
No.
our that like closed, and I think that's when we kind of started playing, like, right around the same time.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
we did get to see some dope ass bands there. Demirkiz.
There were so
did
many
he-
good
that
bands.
was
play there?
probably one of the
Heavy,
cooler
Heavy
ones,
Low
too.
Low.
Heavy Low.
I was there for that one.
Like the Devil Wears Prada.
Devil
and
Wears
shit
Prada
like that.
played.
Phoenix Bodies was sick.
Oh my gosh.
Naked dudes.
Yeah.
crying all
Naked
over
dudes.
people.
Dudes. Fucking
Oh, they
dudes.
had people that were hidden in the
Hanging
crowds
down.
with trash
Oh my
bags
gosh.
full of like mullet wigs and place balls and
Oh
toy
my
swords.
gosh. And their
And
drummer.
when they hit it, like their little agents that were in the crowd flipped the bags out, and then it just like went crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Mullet wigs, balls flying everywhere.
I'm trying to remember which was the band. Maybe Benny will remember which show it was at Downtown Records, that we were there, and there was like a bunch of people. There were a bunch of people headbanging up top, and they had their arms on the railing, and everybody was
God.
and I thought that whole railing was going to snap off, and everybody was going to just topple off that balcony.
Yeah.
Fuck, who was that? Was that
Uh,
was that the Devil Wears Prada show?
No, I think that was when Haste the Day came through. Unannounced
That might have been the Haste the
with-
Day show.
with was it not Flee the Scene? Well, was it Flee the
Wow.
Scene?
Some
No, well,
pretty-
Flee the
those
Scene was
pretty
with
huge bands now played in a tiny, tiny, tiny place.
God, who were they with?
I think it was Heavy, Heavy Low Low.
Yeah.
Fleed the scene.
Yeah,
Oh
And,
my
who
gosh.
else?
What was
it
the,
In the Face of
the-
War?
Bad hair choices.
the Human Abstract.
Jesus
Human Abstract
Christ.
was there. On
Terrible
Okay.
hair those days. Fuck. Do you guys know what we did to our fucking hair in that era? We
lot
fucking
of
feathered
bad
it and
shit.
shit. What the fuck?
What?
I never feathered
Speak for your
nothing.
fucking self,
Dude,
man.
you had a skunk stripe, alright?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was buzzed.
Yeah, it was
so I didn't
dope.
feather.
It was
Fuck.
dope. I'm just saying, you made decisions about your hair.
Oh no, that high school. That's when I feathered that shit.
Shit, yeah. Okay, so
Straightener.
Little
I'm misremembering.
But yeah, so I mean that's
I did just kind of future trip too. You were like, let's go back to 15 years ago, and I was like, God damn, who was I dating?
I'm so bad at remembering those
Where the fuck
times.
did I live? Oh,
well, I think
jeez.
honestly, like one of the last times I saw you
Me,
was during the last few days of the junkyard
yeah,
before we shut down.
sure.
And
Oh yeah,
and yeah. See, you and I know because we were both a part of it pretty much from the beginning. Well, you came in,
Well,
yeah, pretty much from the beginning,
yeah.
weren't you?
I mean, I don't remember a lot of that though.
Because I was always running lights and doing stage management stuff, and you were always up front usually
Yeah,
doing like
I
tickets
don't-
and stuff.
yeah for that
I was
one.
say, I don't remember.
But
was the
that place,
with
see the thing,
like,
that place only
cool
lasted like 2 months.
It was
right?
very, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, a short
Oh, it lasted no
lifespan.
time at all. Yeah.
Yeah, because they fucking shut us down for bullshit reasons.
It was like fire marshal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Get them out of
Toilets or
bathrooms.
something.
Yeah, it was a big old clusterfuck of bullshit that was
Yeah, man.
literally just designed to destroy an all-age venue. That's really all it was.
It's
That's how it goes.
how the man will get you down.
Right. Yeah.
Terry's actually one of the ones I'm trying to get on here too. Like I've
Terry?
been in some talks with Terry about getting him on here.
Terry. Don't remember.
Potts.
Terry
Terry
Potts.
Potts.
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember Terry.
Yeah, because Terry ran the sound, always did the sound at the underground, and then he was,
Oh,
very
yeah.
instrumental
Yeah,
in
yeah,
starting
yeah.
Junkyard with everybody.
Short, like he had
Bald
shaved
head.
head. Yeah,
He was the lead singer for Ma Kelly.
Super
back
nice
in the day.
guy. Yeah. Fuck, I haven't seen him in forever, man.
Terry's a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like a huge supporter of everything we all did. Like,
he was always like super chill. The only time I ever really saw him pissed off was that night that we officially had to close everything, like for the junkyard. That was like
drive a Jeep.
I don't remember.
Sometimes how do you remember people?
I kind of had to take a minute to remember the person, his
that's
vehicle.
buddy.
Nah, man.
But,
he just walked everywhere.
But then it's like everybody kind of, once the scene basically was put out of its misery or forced to be put down, whatever it was.
I don't know. Jesus Christ, man. A little fucking
Like,
dark, man.
well, that's how they treated it, though.
No,
it was like putting down a rabid dog or something. Like that's like what they treated us like.
Yeah, because the spot even like, or not the spot. Fucking Skylight took the same kind of turn. It was just like the restaurants next door.
They sold it out from under all of us because we actually had a show booked when Benny and I had Cold Dark Night. We were playing and doing that.
Right.
And I think that was like right during the tail end of what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
And we had a show booked there with California Caller and Grayson, and there were several others. It was like a Halloween show. It was right around Halloween time.
Sure.
And it had been booked and everything. We all show up there. Place is locked. Lights are off. We're
Skylight?
like, Skylight. And we're like, okay, what's going on? So, like, we knew that they had the show. The show was booked.
Right.
Nobody was there. So they're like trying to call around and find whoever it was that was running it at the time. Eventually they could not, person just ghosted them.
Wow.
Pretty sure,
So then,
Wow.
pretty sure
eventually-
CC set up that
yeah,
shit.
well, eventually they got a hold of somebody and they're like, oh yeah, they sold the building.
Oh my god.
They're like, wait a minute. So you had a show booked. You had people there. You didn't bother to tell anybody.
Yeah.
You
What are you
sold
gonna
the
do?
place and they just locked it up.
Yeah. Remember that rug?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
Honey Baked Ham.
Pulled that right out from my
That's the message. Fuck Honey Baked Ham.
Yeah, and it's a honey baked ham now.
Yeah.
Fuck a fucking Honey Baked Ham. Okay.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
the coolest thing about
after
that,
it was like a wine place and then a honey baked ham.
I don't know what happened there.
some of my favorite
I'm
things
not
about playing that
trying-
place, though,
Yeah.
was the fact that you were right there across from the courthouse, right downtown, and right next door you had the restaurant that we were constantly pissing off
Right.
because we would be shaking the walls.
Yeah,
and shit.
they were like literally came over one time. It's like, you're rattling the pots and pans off of the shelves, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here, like Farmer.
Well, they always hated it
do
too
that
because
now.
back at that time there'd be like all the scene
We do
kids
that
like lined
now.
up in front of those windows in front of the restaurant, like all their chain smoking
Right.
and like making out with each other and doing all sorts of crazy bullshit. And they hated the fact that they did shit.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. The,
It was
the
yeah.
heterosexual behavior was offensive sometimes.
No, it was
Kids
just
on
like,
kids, man. Just,
Yeah, that's just.
Oh,
Whoa.
R. Kelly's next.
Can we cut this? Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, so
Hey,
like
everybody,
I'm
we're back.
curious as to what happened with you guys after that because I lost contact with you guys for a while. Like,
Oh, man.
like
I don't know. Me personally, I think I don't know. I took like a huge like hiatus on like hardcore music, like even like listening to it and stuff. I don't know. We just did it a bunch, and I think after
It was
a while,
something
I
like 200 shows in
Yeah.
4 years.
Oh,
well, that was the thing for us that surprised us was like you guys seemed to be like picking up momentum.
Oh, man.
And then it just seemed like all of a sudden it just stopped.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was like,
You
well, what happened?
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah, life, man. Life
Yeah,
happened.
we were already kind of
Uh,
like, we were.
Everybody got married, you know.
Yeah.
And that I just and life just happens.
It
you
never
know?
really was like a like big plans type
Man.
situation too. It was just like,
well, that was
playing, having fun.
And
man.
really, if you think about it, that was the peak almost of an era.
Oh, yeah.
in music.
kind of. I
Where,
mean, yeah, 'cause we're
like,
talking
I don't
about
think
everything
that
shutting
any
down.
band that is really doing that well that's still playing that stuff. You know.
Whoa.
well, if they're still
Um,
playing it exactly the same as then,
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Except
I
for
guess.
Controvert, they're fucking killing it.
Well, but listen to me.
ass.
Oh my god.
That band sucks.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
see how it is. You're just gonna
Redtail
shout
band.
out his shit.
Redtail band.
You kind of like walk
He-
a line
he
in
did
between
say
that and like
hardcore.
closer to like the like.
I heard their
our
guitarist
style
is
as
terrible.
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It
'cause
is.
I feel like
Fucking
we
facts.
kind of blend more with like what you guys do as opposed like because we're not as
Yeah,
hardcore as like.
It's like
so-
it would be like
Yeah.
us and then Controvert, and you kind of like blend. In the
Yeah.
middle there. Like you guys kind of cross over.
No, I guess that's not. I guess I don't know.
Fucking with you, man.
No one, dude. Right before we quit, this band called Ruiner had just decided that they were gonna play 100 shows in 100 days, right? And it
That's
like
fucking nuts.
it destroyed them. Like they just broke up. They were like, all right. I think that's it. You know, because they like, and we played 50 weekends
Yeah, they were
out of a
probably
year
like,
one year.
They were like Redtail's calling it quits. So.
No, like no,
Or fucking Redtail.
but no.
Lawnmower Incident.
Redtail.
The
Yeah, this is actually.
incident.
I was gonna say by that point you were the
Or
incidents
incidents.
by that.
I
by
never
that-
signed on for
Look,
that.
yeah, that was a bad decision. Look, youth gave
But
way.
you guys had to have gotten sick of everybody being like, so what was a lawnmower incident? Because
Yeah.
everybody was always asking, what was the lawnmower incident?
I don't know.
Yeah, we always used
even
to
know
say
really
Sherman
how that
was
even-
missing toes.
Yeah. How did that even
People
really
tended
come
to
about?
believe
It
that.
just.
I just thought it was always funny.
Yeah.
It was like either
Because there
one of
wasn't
you guys
an
would either
incident,
give like a
no.
completely bullshit answer, or you just be like, we don't talk about that.
I have to say, I had a story. I had like a back pocket story, lawnmower incident, but yeah, like I don't think that's how it came.
Yeah, I even
Came to
googled
be.
around to try and find one. Like nothing. Like, there was no inspiration on
I'm
that.
sure there was an incident.
Oh, there were.
Oh,
there
yeah.
Oh,
was,
there's been a lot of lawnmower
Well,
incidents over
actually,
the
have you
years.
seen
I mean-
that fucking video of the dude? Like, and it's probably staged, but it's like.
It depends on which website we're talking about
But
here.
it's YouTube shit. But like,
Where we
dude's like dad, like drags his Xbox out and all of his games.
Oh, and he runs over it with
with the
yeah.
lawnmower and shit, and like the kid is just like throwing it, kicking, screaming. Hissy
Yeah,
fit.
it was staged, but it was still pretty
Oh my
badass.
gosh.
Because he actually ran over all that
Well,
shit with a
and I
lawnmower.
also actually knew kids like that.
Oh, so
You
did
know,
I.
like,
Tough love.
ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, whoa, but bro, calm down. It's a thing. You don't. Fuck you.
I think we're also like, yeah, everybody's got their own lawnmower incident. Basically, it's like. Fuck.
I just thought this kid.
I
Was
think mine was I had a bunny one time.
Oh yeah,
That'll fuck your world up.
dude. I ran over a snake. You bite once.
It's always a weird process, like in the beginning of a band, like deciding what the name is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can go in so
Oh my
many
gosh.
directions.
Unless sometimes you'll have one where it's like you'll have a band name in mind, but you don't have a band. Like somebody like comes up
Right.
with a name and they're like, "Oh, this would be a badass name," and then they hold on to it and they hold on to it and they hold on to it for years, and then maybe start a band, or they make the mistake at some point of saying it to a friend.
It shows up somewhere else.
Yeah, and they're like, "How the fuck did they hear about this?" Was
You know
such
what
a
a great band name is? Redtail.
That it took
Redtail
a
band.
lot. It took a lot of stupid ideas to get around to that. Though,
Oh my
for
gosh.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, it was like with us with Eros, like I mean, there is a reason like where it comes from,
Right.
but like I did searches everywhere to make sure like it wasn't like a super common band name because these
Right.
days it's hard to find any band name that hasn't already been taken in
That's
some
like
way.
that's like always the
So-
step. Is it's like, oh, this name. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, Google that shit real quick.
So like that's exactly what I did, and I was like looked everywhere, and there was one other band that had the name Eros, but they hadn't been active since like 2010, and they were like from like South America. So I was like, I don't have anything to worry about.
pretty much exactly what happened to us.
Dave's
I
Google
think there's
is
like a
strong.
red tail, but it's like
Yeah, I saw that actually.
6-year-old account.
Yeah,
It's
and they were
one-
like
and it
guys in
says
their
this is like-
50s or some
Yeah, and
shit.
it's
Yeah.
like Red Tail is John's band. Is like what the
And you
pro-
know
Oh,
that
dude.
they had to have been like,
You.
I didn't
But
listen to
John,
it.
He's got some dope laser
gotta be
discs,
like-
yo.
Until now.
Sorry, John.
Sorry, John.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah, that
John.
wasn't the name. Thinking of something real general.
We got there, and
Yeah.
we're doing it.
We have way
We're gonna
more.
stay here.
After this, we
already
definitely
sent in
win
the
on
reservation for
online
Spotify.
media.
All right.
Well, that's like, yeah, when we did that, when I set up everything for like, you know, iTunes, Spotify, all the streaming platforms and everything, I was like, the other Eros hadn't posted anything on it. Just like, yes. like,
Winner.
so it was like, quickly, like, let's make everything
That's
Eros
the new-
official.
That's the new
Like,
intellectual property war. Shit like that.
Well,
After space.
wasn't it,
Redtail band.
Kubla Khan just got hit with that, didn't they?
Yeah, so now they put the Texas on the end
Yeah.
of
Oh
everything.
well, yeah.
And it was from like a Kubla Khan from like the 80s or
Yeah,
some
it
shit.
was like a speed metal band from.
And it's like, you guys haven't been active
Yeah.
in 30 years. What the fuck?
I don't think it's like that shit happens. I think, I don't want to put them on blast, but like Conjurer. Yeah, then there's like a Conjurer like
US.
UK or
Yeah, who
whatever.
knows?
It's just like, just stay on
What's
your
that?
continent, basically.
What's that?
So,
Life
Yeah.
Ruiner. That's what it was. Do you remember Life Ruiner?
Oh, yeah.
There was multiple Life Ruiners. There was Life Ruiner Canada, and like there was like Life Ruiner US, and then maybe Indonesia. I don't know.
We're running out of shit. We gotta just
I
gotta
might
start
get
recycling
stabbed
shit
for
at this
talking
point.
about it.
Now things
I don't
are
know.
just
Listen,
so what ultimately ended up leading to you guys like getting back together and jamming
Dave
and
was
deciding
living out in the
like?
middle of nowhere.
So you're like,
Yeah,
oh
Dave-
sweet,
Dave-
somewhere
Dave had
where we
a
can go where we're not gonna
spot.
piss off the neighbors.
Yeah,
think-
I had a fucking Doom fetish still.
I think separately we all started. Me, like I would jam with Dave, and then Ben would jam with Dave a little.
Yeah.
And then like I don't know, and then we all like started listening to like All Them Witches and like like at the same time we were like sending each other videos.
Sleep
of, like,
was
certain
such a
bands.
big.
It's like yeah, we need to
music
put
I
together.
wanted to play music
yeah,
again.
we need to do like a stoner rock band or something like that, and it's just be like weird, heavy, fuzzy blues or something like that.
Yeah,
so
I was playing in a band out of South Bend for a
Yeah.
while called Chin Up, and that was it. Just again, life.
Yeah.
You know, you spent a couple of years there. It was such a good time though. But then Dave and I started hanging out and playing Magic again. and I was like, dude, I still got an amp. You wanna like get your drums out?
yeah. I think Dave was like,
And then
yeah,
we
like
play
me,
sleep riffs.
me and Ben had jammed like a little bit, but it was like I don't know, like you
Oh,
need to
man.
come
Because
out.
I know back when
basically.
we were, like when, because like with ACDN, like we basically ended in 2011, and there were a couple times we almost had it completely reformed, but it was either like one person was missing here, or another person, we couldn't get everybody on board. And I know at one point we were talking about drummers because we were trying to find a drummer, and everybody's like, "What happened to Butcher?" And I'm like, dude, last I heard, he like wasn't playing at all. Like, like so.
It's a Cadillac.
yeah,
It didn't for a while.
No, yeah, after Redtail, I think at least me. I don't know about you
Long
guys,
time
but
ago.
yeah, after fuck, it's been so long. After incidents, yeah, like I've just stopped for a long time. Didn't shit just collected.
Well, I feel
dust,
you. I
basically.
stopped after ACDN. Like I stopped for about 4 years. I was doing some demoing and stuff at home, but I didn't really release anything. I wasn't playing in any bands or anything
Right.
for about 4 years.
Yeah.
Had a kid, got married, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. Up until
That'll do
when did
it.
we start Redtail?
Redtail, 2016, I think. 2015. Oh shit, sorry.
I don't know.
2015.
But yeah, up until that started, I was
It's
basically
been a
just
lot. I don't know. We
lazy,
spent a lot of
dormant.
time. We wrote for like a year.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
wrote,
more
we
than
wrote
a
and
year.
practiced for like a year, like super.
I kind of
OCD
tend to
about
remember
it.
November to November. Yeah, it was probably November 2015.
Yeah.
Really, and then
Check the timeline on Instagram.
yeah, if you look at us on Instagram at Redtail Bennett,
Redtail Band on Instagram.
Nicely.
Actually, if you go, yeah, perfect segue. If you go into our account, there's a link to our Bandcamp, over there. And you can listen to all of our music for free.
Yeah,
Redtail
Bandcamp.
Band Bandcamp.
Yep, Redtail Band on Bandcamp. I'm trying to not sneeze right
Just give it aside, man. Actually, sneeze right into the microphone when you do it. Okay.
now. Yeah. I don't know.
so as far as you were talking about, like where it kind of started, you guys were like getting back, kind of like in touch with each other, and
Sure, yeah. And then I don't know. We just started writing music, and
I think, yeah. I mean,
and then there became more places. As you look for places to play, for me, I wanted to make sort of the adult version of what I have done with these guys. You know, like to me, that's what it felt really a lot like. Dude, I want to make fucking loud music in a smoky room with my friend.
Yeah,
You know,
I just
like,
specifically remember seeing like All Them Witches video, and it was like them in a bar,
Yeah.
like jamming. I was like, I want to do some shit like
Dude,
that. Like,
that-
yeah, I was just saying, just
those
some like
live
good,
records.
it's like
The live records that people are putting
Yeah,
out.
those-
Right
yeah,
now.
it's just
When
like it's
God
still
Comes
heavy,
Back
but it's
live.
still like palatable for like people that just like came to the bar that night type situation.
Yeah. And
Well, that's the thing I love so much about your sound is like you've got some heavy moments, but it's not heavy in like what you would expect for heavy like these days. Like
It's heavy with tone, man.
yeah, and it's just like it's
Not a lot
super
of
doomy, and
It's
I
the goal.
fucking love it.
yeah,
like,
we're like sear tone whores, like hardcore,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably like a huge part of why we came back. We just like started looking like these fucking amps on.
Yeah, we were like,
we're
like,
adults,
hey
so
guys,
we've
get
got
on the
money
fucking
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
iMessage and fucking.
Shit,
do you
man.
guys know about reverb?
Jesus.
Have you ever fucking heard of reverb?
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
like, well, I
Do
haven't
you-
bought a new amp.
Well,
in a
and I
while.
started building pedals, and so like because I have long loved fuzz, and so like I really wanted to be able to build pedals and play fucking fuzzy music, and so like it's just like, which is funny because I wore this stupid shirt.
the kind of music that's on
good.
your
Yeah,
Your-
fucking. And we saw Monolord a couple weeks ago, and I was really excited to wear this shirt today, and then forgot about this thing. But anyway, no, and it says
because you were wanting to play like heavy music like what's on your Bandcamp.
absolutely
Yeah, man.
Bandcamp,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Redtail band on Bandcamp. Thank you, and we're back. So
All right, everybody, we're back.
But yeah, man.
no, yeah, and yeah,
Yeah, you know, and like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
like,
So you just
Sorry to
you're just like nerding out over equipment and shit, and you were just
yeah,
like,
no,
absolutely.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure
That's-
that wasn't like
Yeah,
it
so we
wasn't
all got
what
gas,
really
and we just
started
said-
it, but yeah,
You know,
we
it
were
was a
just like-
while. I'm sure we all were just ready to play.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that was it. It was just like lying dormant for so
I know,
long, and then
yeah.
like probably seeing other people we knew playing or something like that. It was just like, fuck that. I'm
in
ready.
the space,
Like,
you know,
yeah.
lucking into the space, like having absolutely zero neighbors, you know, in a dedicated room
Yeah,
to play in. You know, it just enables it. We get together every week,
Oh, yeah.
do jams.
it becomes and I don't know. It's a good way to keep friends.
Oh, yeah.
Making
Well, that's-
music
that's the thing is, like-
the best way to keep friends.
when you know Finney and I started doing Eros, like that was really, I mean, it was kind of an excuse for us to get back into playing again, and we rekindled that. Like, I mean, we were roommates for 3 years back in the day, so it's like, but we had gone for several years without really talking much, and then when we kind of started working on music stuff again, it was like right back into how it had been, and it was like almost like no time had passed at all.
Right.
And then you're just like, it kind of makes you remember. It's like, oh yeah, I actually liked when we were around each other all the time. Like there was,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, I mean, yeah, of course, everybody's got their stuff that you
Yeah.
know in any band where, especially if you've done touring stuff or whatever, where it's like there's things that you get tired of with each other. But
I think right now we're all like old enough too. It's just like
That's-
we all like totally like the best friends, and then like in 4 seconds we'll fucking murder you. Like right,
murder,
it's just-
I just say
it's
murder
just
you like the
yeah.
songs that are on your Bandcamp
Yeah,
page.
but then after like 2 minutes
no
later,
murder.
it's just like, yeah, what was that? How did you play that? Like, yeah, it's just like,
It's
yeah,
just
man,
'cause-
we have like super easy music chemistry basically.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
easy to play with these turds.
It's a shitload of years.
Yeah, man.
It's good stuff though.
Yeah, you learn the language.
We have a good
after
time.
while.
We're really enjoying. This is gonna be out after this, but so we had a great time at Black Circle Brewing Company on December 18th.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a fucking fantastic
Yeah.
time. Shout out to
Yeah,
fucking
shout out to-
Paul for hooking up this fucking show.
Shout out to Tusk.
our dudes
They
in
rip.
Tusk for fucking.
Yeah, if you get
Dude,
the chance, they're
they,
also
they
on
opened for
Bandcamp.
fucking Monolord a couple weeks ago at Black Circle, dude. It was fucking insane.
If you guys could even get them on here, that would be.
Oh yeah, well, like
yeah.
I've said to lots of people, like we're always open to anybody to come on here. Like it's all about giving a platform
man.
to bands. Like
They
that's
got-
what we're doing.
Yeah,
They're from
Those
they're from
dudes are
Indy, but we'll
homies.
put it in their ear for sure.
Fuck yeah, loving those dudes.
Yeah, man.
They just dropped their record on all platforms too. That was fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Doom.
Oh man, fucking
Well, I knew like
tone.
from the moment like like I heard like your first demo when you first dropped it, because you guys have been teasing stuff like when you were starting to kind of play games.
YouTube
And then-
videos and shit, right? Like phone videos.
Yeah, and it was
Yes,
like,
those-
yeah, and so I was like, oh man, like, okay, I want to see where this is going. And then when you dropped that first actual legit like demo recording,
Oh, dude.
it was like, oh shit, okay, like,
Yeah.
and then when like, you know, we ended up doing that show with you guys
Sure.
at the spot,
That was
Yeah.
it was like, Finny and I both were just like, yeah, like this is so good.
great.
Yeah, man.
Like-
Dude, thank you. Yeah, you guys are awesome as well.
So when
Dude,
we
that was
started
so fun.
this, that
Yeah,
was
do that again.
like I said, you guys were on the top of the list of like, we have to get you in here.
Thank
like,
you. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really stoked to see the video that we showed earlier.
I know. I was excited to
It's
come in here.
really
I was like, oh shit, we got like.
Of course, by the time
like-
people see this, at least 3 of the videos will have already dropped.
Okay.
So they'll have a chance to have seen, you know, some of
Nice.
those. And by that time, you guys will have already seen some of them, because usually we kind of give you guys sneak peeks of stuff like before
What is
that.
it,
So
Yeah,
a little bit of a
man.
you
We
know
like- we
behind
like
the scenes thing
content.
for bands that want to be on here. You know. You
Dude.
get early access to your own material. Wait.
Hashtag Bandcamp.
And you were saying like about the recordings. I think the recording was probably like a big part of us like getting back together, because Dave like has been like cultivating like recording gear for his like he's got
Yeah.
like a nice loft and an A-frame like separate. That's basically our like dominion of his house.
Mhm.
But yeah,
My
he
wife's
basically.
afraid of heights.
But yeah, like we basically got, that's how we're doing our recordings. We're kind of just all like doing all the engineering and stuff by ourselves, and then we take it to get it mixed in.
You guys
from
handle this.
somebody else.
I'll be right back.
All right, all right, man.
Oh, we lost the first one.
Oh
I got
shit!
pee, man.
Nah, man, he's pooping.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a dump.
Oh,
In the yard?
shit.
This happened. This is actually, it's like one of the things that we wait for. It's like, who's gonna be the first one to be like.
No way, dude. Not me.
I was
Not going
thinking
down.
about
I have
This
yet
one here.
so far in the all the
Fucking
podcasts
nap
we've done so
today.
far. I have yet to walk off to take a piss or anything. And believe me, there have been plenty of times where I felt like my eyeballs were floating, but I was like, I refuse. I'm not gonna do it.
There's enough.
I'll
As I
sit
say,
here
if there's
in my
enough, yeah, if
pants.
there's enough, if there's enough people in the room, it's usually not a big deal.
how long do you usually run them?
I mean, it depends. We kind of just talk like this. We just kind of, I mean, we have some talking points, obviously, certain things, because we want to get information about you guys out,
Right.
so that, you know, people can kind of get to know you a little bit and whatever. But a lot of times, like, these podcasts will literally go anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like, the last one, when we had, I guess it would be not the last one by the time this airs, but when we had Lot Lizards on here, like, that podcast went off into,
Oh, I can only imagine.
like, it, what do you mean, you haven't watched it?
I haven't watched it yet. Sorry, I've
Yeah,
been
which
busy.
one was is that the
I
one
saw
that
some of
you?
the footage of
Louisiana
them
Lot
playing.
Lizards.
You
just-
posted one on
They're-
Instagram, like a couple of clips recently, like
yeah, and then the
kind of
their
punky,
episode,
hardcore like type stuff.
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
really
and-
good sounding
It's very
recordings.
convergy.
Good
everything
recordings.
like
Shout
Yeah,
out to
yeah, yeah,
Lot.
that sounded good.
That
I'm excited
podcast,
to
there
watch
is
those.
some there. It goes into some fun directions, involving like everything from Ghost Adventures to Paw Patrol.
Ghost Adventures,
like
like the
and-
Muscle Bro Ghost Adventures.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
a bunch of random other shit. It just kind of went. It goes wherever it goes. Like that's really all it is.
That's a good way to leave it. I
If
think.
you've ever met any of those dudes, you would totally
Yeah.
understand how far out it could actually get.
I mean, Lot Lizard doesn't say that.
Yeah,
It already like
Grandpa
puts
Joey
the
gets
bar
pretty
pretty
fucking
high.
crazy
So.
sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I'm
but it was a great time. Like that's the fun of it, is like getting to just have a conversation. Like we kind of like I tend to try to get more of the talking point kind of stuff out of the way as
Right.
early as I can,
Right.
and then just bullshit. Like
yeah, man.
because it's
Dude,
like
that's the best.
and most people that watch podcasts or listen to them, that's what they want anyways.
Right.
They want to just hear
Shoot
who you
the shit,
are,
man.
Like
Riffing.
don't forget to check out.
Yeah.
Redtail band. YouTube, man. I hate not being able to breathe through my nose.
I'm
I'm
the
sorry.
only professional wireless band. But not
So
OP
far-
yet.
So far, we made
Look,
it.
man.
What? That was what the 4th time it was mentioned, and that was in about 10.5 minutes.
Dude,
Oh yeah, what were we saying? We were gonna do every.
Yeah.
Every 2?
I had to put it on. I had to put on the timer here.
Jesus.
To see.
Just make sure you get like a really good
Plug
symbol.
some dates.
You know, like
We could be like really. We could be like really modern and we'd go crazy, put a bunch of air horns, and you guys would just be like,
Yeah, sound
check
effects.
out this
Yeah,
one,
you
check
need-
out over
yeah.
here, check out over here.
Need some sound bites for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what.
Can we green screen that?
It's like, can we make this happen?
Throughout this, yeah.
I'm totally gonna like. You're giving me a lot of extra work to have to do in post,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna do it.
Oh, well, yeah, throughout all of them, you just like start
Fucking
like
Batman
pulling
cuts
like
and shit.
sound bites from each one of them, and then yeah, you just get a board basically.
Oh, man,
shit, man. Dave's pooping too, by the way.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
record. Dave is
Yeah.
also pooping.
Crank one out.
I don't poop though. I don't. You know.
He doesn't actually have an anus.
No.
It's
It's
not
really.
equipped.
It's a really.
His parents decided
It's
to
a really
not
thick
opt
pee.
for that
Just
model.
like a smoothie.
They didn't have the extra money for that option.
No. I think they chose intentionally. They were like, this guy's not gonna shit.
Thought you were just like Kim Jong Un and had a
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
He just didn't have an
He has
asshole
a
at
no
all.
butthole.
Has a no
Does he
butthole,
want
no
to
poop.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Hello, greatly.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Damn.
Korean overlord.
Ben just made a list.
Dude, I've been on a list. I am a list.
I am
Yeah.
the list.
The last bush we had got fucking hairy, man.
He's a soundbite machine. Just throw
Oh.
Fucking serious. You fucking subscribed to the wrong mailing list in the fucking 90s. You're fucking toast.
What the fuck is he saying?
George Bush did not like free
I guess,
speech.
yeah, I was to say, cocaine's a hell of a drug. I don't know what else.
Listen,
you
brother,
guys
I've
need.
never done cocaine.
Well, you're missing out.
Damn. That's a fucking right there.
Oh shit, man.
No, I'm not interested in. I don't fucking like uppers, man.
Somehow that doesn't
Oh, yeah.
surprise me.
Just as a slightly overweight guy, like doing something like that, it's just like, you know,
Risky.
when your heart starts pounding too much, you're just like, "Fuck, this could be it, man. This could be fucking
man.
it."
What he's trying to say is when you're fat, you already
They're the
deal
most-
with low energy problems.
They're the most.
So
I mean, I
dangerous.
think I was pretty obvious that that's
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah, you
I,
was. I'm not trying to.
I was being nice to myself, alright? Fucking very emotional person.
Listen, man.
Sensitive.
Is that what we're talking about? Doing
Unlike-
cocaine? Doing cocaine?
Unlike, I was just saying, it's,
I did not bring it up. You said cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I was
like,
going for sound
I-
bites. You threw out some really good ones, so I was trying
I'm
to keep
trying.
it.
you know what else is a hell of a drug, though? The tracks that you guys have on your Bandcamp.
Oh
That's right.
shit!
Jesus.
Damn!
Listen to this guy.
Autopilot, man. We don't got
I got it.
Oh shit.
Redtailband.bandcamp.com.
slash releases.
Dave, you're alive.
That was such a dry delivery. I love it. I'm going to like make it come up on the screen in the way.
Fuck yeah! Keep that
Reminds
on.
me of that
Keep-
scene in Fight Club where the gal's up and she's like, can I have lubricants? And
Oh fuck.
That's
That's right. We got the.
It's gotta
the
be a good
ham hard
podcast when your cheeks already kind of hurt. Too much, man. Yeah, I was really excited when they talked about doing this. So
Yeah, it
that's
was
good shit.
like I said. It has been something we've wanted to do from even before we actually did our first episode. Like we wanted you on
Sit
here.
down,
Like
ham it up.
if for no other
Ham it
reason,
up.
like for us too, it was
Ham
like it
shop.
gave us like
Handshot podcast.
a reason to like reconnect with you guys again and find out like what the fuck's been going on
Oh,
because we
man.
hadn't seen
So
each other in
many
so
things.
long.
So many.
yeah, man.
And like even when we played the show last time together, it was like, you know, I had to get out to get back home to my kids, and it's like it's
I think
like-
that's pretty. Like as far as like
It's
what's
like-
been going on, that's like it. It's like everybody's just like family.
Somewhere.
Yeah, we're lame ass adults now, man. That's why we play stoner rock and not hardcore anymore. We just can't fucking do it, man.
It's like a time investment thing too.
No, yeah. It's like,
Well, at this point too, it's like you can't do the crab walk stuff or any of that anymore because your balls will drag across the floor. And
No.
Stomp on your balls and in the show. Like, I'm done.
My
I'm done.
nose broke.
Oh, yeah,
I've had
man.
Finally got
huge
my
balls
nose broke.
since I was 14. So nothing new to me.
So you're good.
nobody
yeah.
wants to talk about
So-
your big balls,
No,
Benny.
Well, I mean, you brought it up about talking about big balls. And
I wasn't
just
talking
came
about
back
your
for
big
it.
balls.
Nobody gives a fuck about your big balls, Ben.
I don't.
Just run the board and shut the fuck up.
Damn.
I'm not in everything. I'll just meet you.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say you gotta be careful with the sound guy. You're
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
gone.
Just like you just got deleted. from
Not
this
even
podcast.
post edit, just edit. You know?
He's
They're
not that talented.
they're
You're
gonna
giving him
crop
way
you
too
out of
much
that.
credit.
I can totally clip you
Look,
out of
man,
this
you don't have
video
to be
too,
talented.
bro.
If you got
Watch me do
$100
it.
in an Instagram, you can get a lot of shit done, man.
Oh shit.
Fair enough.
Lying.
Fair enough.
Well, I need to give our guest host here some chances too to ask questions
dude.
and talk
Yeah,
with him
man.
and stuff
What's your
too.
story?
Because we've been,
Story
you
about
know,
it.
yet again,
I
you're
mean,
another one
I'm
of those
not-
that
I
I've been
don't-
trying to get on here
right.
forever. So.
Sit up.
We're here for these guys. I'm learning.
Oh, I know. I was like, that's what I was like. You got any questions? Anything you want to know from them? Like,
What'd you
I was
think
just
of-
blown.
what'd you think
I was
of the
blown away
tunes,
by
bro?
your recordings. They're super good. Like
Thanks, man.
thanks.
today was great.
Dude, thanks.
Thanks, man.
This is a good.
Yeah.
This is a good fucking room, man.
dude, that's something we hadn't brought up yet. The fact that Finney's neighbors had already like called him and was like, "Oh, it's the first time we can actually hear you guys practicing over there. It must be getting." So I think you take the record now for the loudest band we've had in
Hell
here.
yeah.
dude.
Right on, man. Yeah, like I like contacted you the other day on like Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw like the headphones set up on like the recordings and
Yeah.
shit. I was like, oh shit, maybe we need to like
Oh no,
chill
I
out
said
because of
as
the
big
neighbors
as you want to
or
fucking
something. I was
go.
like, all right, I'm gonna fucking bring another amp in case.
It's like
yeah.
it would be one thing if we were only focusing on audio, that'd
that
be
shit
one
out,
thing.
too.
But
Right.
because it's also visual, I'm just like, fuck
Right.
it, go for it. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
when you said that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring both amps.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Bigger the better. The more
Say
showy
hi
and
to the
flashy
camera,
you can
dude.
be. Fuck it.
Hell yeah, man.
Dave, say
Dave,
We like it.
Yeah, Dave's just like, oh,
Hello.
fuck yeah. Right? He was like, oh god, yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, you don't know about Dave. If you don't know this, he's just like a tone whore.
Dude,
Like,
didn't
dude, it's like gotta be fucking enveloped in sound. It's like, yeah, you put like the amps on his ass.
Dude, we used to be a
basically.
6-piece. Fucking dudes just stopped. Like they just got buried somewhere.
Oh shit!
His commitment to tone. He killed like 5 guys. We had a whole horn section.
Dave actually.
You want to know
that's
what's
what
been
he's
going
been
on,
doing.
Dave?
He's just been digging graves.
Oh my gosh, just
they didn't
tone
have
grade.
the tone.
That was not adequate.
That's it.
It did not survive.
I'm done. Faster,
You must play.
faster.
Tone is inadequate.
I seem
Take him
to have
away.
a conversation about your tone.
Don't forget, you can find the tone that didn't die.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah, on
Bandcamp.
their Bandcamp page.
Redtail band. You know,
Oh,
Bandcamp,
yes.
yeah.
These,
Oh shit!
only
God damn it, you guys are the ones
Plugging
failing at
shit
plugging
out
your
of
own
this,
shit.
yeah.
Like
Dude.
we're over here
Yeah,
like
see,
doing it
that's
for
why-
you.
We're in a forum.
That's why it's so
Sucks,
good.
so-
That's why it's so
Yeah.
good.
I
'cause
didn't think we
it's
were
like
really gonna
rare
do it. I
wine.
thought we were joking. Shit.
It's like,
There's no jokes around
I need
here,
the fucking
boys.
stopwatch too. Gee.
Shit. Okay, hold on.
Every
Hey,
15
Siri.
minutes. No,
She's listening now.
oh man, shit.
No.
She just stole your intellectual property.
No man, they
Oh, my woman the other day was hilarious. She said something in Siri picked up. She's like, "What'd you say?" She's like, "No, I didn't say that, Siri." I said, "Shut up, you stupid bitch." She's like, Siri goes, "Excuse me, I found 6 web addresses for "Shut up, you stupid bitch," or Siri, "Shut up, you stupid bitch."
Oh man.
I was like,
Somebody's blog. Just
Yeah.
like, God damn it, I hate Siri. We should shut the fuck
They
up.
programmed some
definitely
pretty
a good way
fun
to get some
answers
cookies.
for sure.
"Oh yeah, it's fun." It's like, what was it when Microsoft started trying to do theirs with Cortana, like, and you'd ask her questions about Steve Jobs or Apple. If you get a chance, try it sometime. Like if you have an Xbox, ask Cortana sometime, like who Steve Jobs was or who is Apple. You know, what is Apple, and you get some fun answers.
What is an apple? Cortana. What is an apple?
Cortana.
Tell me.
This is what happens a lot. We hear a word that we like.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
man. Oh, we are a big fan of word games when driving.
Yeah, we've practiced. This guy over here, he was saying earlier about how his song was getting stuck in our head and how we were practicing. We often, from time to time, do practice in squidoo diddly doos. No, dude, you're fucking. It's not like that. Dude.
That's not how it goes. It's squiggly.
You're getting fucking squiddly wrong.
It's squiggly D, goddammit.
Jesus. And then
Oh,
Dave's
dude, you
always
fucking
with a
were flat on
shiggity
the
cop. That's Dave.
Blats.
Yeah, doom platum. That's a Dave noise. Doom plat. Doom plat. This dude like texts that shit.
That's awesome.
Do you guys know anybody
Not
that
even
can fucking
fucking
like write down their mouth noises that well? Because dude's like doom plat, and you're like, yeah, that's what he just fucking said. I think Siri autocorrects that shit for him.
She's learned at this point.
Oh my gosh. Plus, he's the fastest fucking SpongeBob texter. You know that, like, capital letter, lower letter? SpongeBob meme?
Crazy.
Dude is like,
Dave's probably one of the best people at, like, texting out a noise.
he can convey to you what he wants you to know. No, and that's I'm into it because effective communication is the organization.
Speaking of Redtail effective communication, we like to play this game where you know on your iPhones how you do the draw thing and it draws it out as you get the message. Well, we do a little game where we draw dicks. But yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, we try and draw them in a fashion as though it's like, oh, maybe he's drawn like a flower or a rock. It's a dick, basically. I like told that like story like away from these dudes at a party, and like everybody was like my delivery was fucking terrible though, because I was just like, oh yeah, I sent this dick to Dave the other day, and everybody's like, who the fuck is Dave?
And why are you sending it?
Did Dave ask for these dicks?
Yeah,
unsolicited dicks to Dave.
In the days of Me Too, I'm not sure you could do that.
I know, and I literally like cleared the fuck. We were out on the balcony. I cleared the balcony. Only me and my wife were left. Everybody was just like, guys, like talking like everybody fucking left.
Drew, while you were telling
So yeah, out of context, the dick story drawing. Yeah, you got to be fucking careful with that one.
Well, yeah.
Out cocktails.
Yeah. No, Weinstein.
Yeah, it's like
Hashtag not Weinstein.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
no. Oh shit!
You missed it with the air horn.
Rabbit hole.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Oh,
You're
no.
slipping, man. You're slipping.
Do you know how old I am? Epstein didn't kill himself. Boom.
Jesus. That's absurd.
We need more meme shirts. Do you guys like making merch ideas? I like making merch ideas.
Oh, we've come up with lots of different merch ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That piano might be one of the greatest things.
Yeah,
ever.
fuck that piano is.
It'll be a nice.
Oh, it's
like, tiny.
We've
group of
talked
people that
about
get
like
it.
we've talked about doing that as like one of our like Patreon exclusives, like you know for
That's pretty good. Yeah, man.
and seeing
I
like
would buy the shit out of that.
yeah. And there's a few others too. What was the one? Oh, we had Death at Dawn on here, and
Oh yeah.
when they were playing with Doom
Shouts
Room
out.
at the
Shout
Doom
out
Room,
to
Nick
Larry.
Maxon fucked up on the flyer and put Dead at Dawn. And it was on the flyer forever, even though that's not the name of the band. And so everybody kept giving him shit and being like, so you're Dead at Dawn? No, we're Death at Dawn. So when they came on here, we were fucking with them and we'd be like, so we've got Dead at Dawn on here, and then it's like, oh, I mean Death at Dawn. And then, so what I said is like, wait, I got this idea. What you need to do is you need to take a picture of Maxon with his being like, and then you need to put a noose behind him and put Dead at Dawn.
Jesus. Fuck yeah,
Isn't
man.
Dead by Dawn a movie title?
We're trying to get a show together with those guys. I was talking to Larry the other day.
Give
You
it-
guys done anything with that place on campus yet? It's like the Steel Hammer.
It
Twisted
was
Hammer?
yeah, it was
Hammer? What's up
It
with
was
that?
it was like
T's.
Bobby T's
Well, it was
on campus, and it was
308.
yeah, it
what's
was
going on
308.
there?
Yeah. Yeah, we played there when it was Bobby T's on campus.
Yeah.
What is it now?
And-
Twisted Hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what
it's
it is?
Twisted Hammer.
It should stay the Twisted
Yeah.
Hammer because
Do
it's the
they like
best name
music?
they've got so far.
Do they like music?
When we
Yeah.
played, it was well, you remember because you ran
Oh
down that
yeah,
night.
I heard
fuck
that. I
that
thought
place
that
in
was
its
so-
ass.
I thought
Like,
that was
well,
so
it's
weird
different. I think there's different
for,
people running it now, but
Still
like,
fuck him.
getting your equipment up there, I'm warning you, sucks
I
dick.
can yeah, I was like, where do you?
They had us load in from the back, from the alley.
all right.
You go
Yeah,
up a
get it
couple
from the
flights of
back.
stairs, and then there's these like
Pain
walkways
ass
that go
walls.
across the roof in open air to a back door
Cold as shit.
that's like
Yeah.
right next to the stage.
Cold as hell.
Yeah,
When we played in there, like there's an elevator in there, but it was not working.
Sure.
So, plus I think the only way you can use the elevator is from the front entrance, anyways.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like bring your
Oh my
shit to the
God.
front and like try to. Which now that they've fucked up all the campus with all that stuff that they did.
Wasn't
Just
there a
the
bike
railing.
lane in front of you? You couldn't
Yeah,
even like
yeah,
go
now you
forward.
can't.
Yeah, there's
because
a
they-
railing and a bike lane.
Yeah. So like you can't
I-
even pull anything
I
in there and
would
try to load in from the front, which is like the
feel
only
like-
way to really get
I
to the
don't even
elevator.
know if we
Cab
can
around
fucking
there.
do that. Damn, we gotta like do. I can't
No,
bring like
no, dude.
it's like bringing 3
I will
I will
refrigerators
bring that
in there.
fridge up that fucking bitch.
Best thing is
Fucking
to get
challenge me.
bring,
Jesus
just
Christ.
bring a fucking team of mules
Yeah,
to
bring
help
some
you out.
friends.
like,
God.
because it will
I got
save your
wheels,
back.
slide
Trust me.
rails to look.
But
Yeah, man.
yeah, that was. I mean, it was a fun show. What was really fun about it was the fact that there was a Purdue playoff game happening that night.
Oh my goodness.
Basketball playoff game, and
I remember that. Yeah.
We-
I remember
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
we
talking
showed
about
up.
it, Yeah.
man.
tried to come out. to
Just
it.
yeah.
watching all the scared faces be like,
but like I said though, it was like
It was,
when we had
weird
Lot
time.
Lizard down here. It was funny how like I was surprised at how many of the frat boys actually stuck
Oh, yeah.
around. Like
That's the one group you could probably bait in with
Yeah.
with enough beers. Fuck yeah.
that was the drunkest show I've been a part of. Like, I mean, besides
dude.
Fright Fest.
there's some great footage from that night. Like too, I shot some stuff. Jen shot some stuff. Like
When I
it was, yeah,
I'm
it was.
drunk.
when I first heard about that show, like on campus, I was like, what?
Oh, that's when I thought about it too. I was
and
like,
I knew that the playoffs were going too. I was like, that's what.
well, what
how's
sucked?
that gonna
What
pan
sucked
out?
was at the
Like,
time when
sorry.
when the show was booked, nobody knew that we were going to be in the playoffs at that
Then
point.
the Sweet
Right.
16.
So
Right.
it just happened to fall out that way.
Exactly.
That show was booked like 2 months prior
Yeah.
to when that happened. Like there was no playoffs at that point. Like
Yeah.
we
Nobody
didn't
knew who was going to
know
be at
Purdue
that
was
point in the
gonna
rounds or
win.
whatever. Like
Right.
So then
I was
they
just
won,
like,
and we got fucked.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like crazy, just like cultivating like a metal show. On
Well,
campus
technically
like
they
that.
weren't.
I was like,
if
well,
I remember right, they
I
weren't
could go
even
either way.
supposed to
Like,
have them up there.
Oh no! See,
And they
that was the
opened
thing,
it because they
um,
wanted to bring in more people to sell
Right.
booze
Well,
to.
Right.
because
So-
the cap of the building is split between 3 levels. So to get the ultimate business, instead of having it be to me and us that night, like it was supposed to be, they opened up for the overflood place, basically.
Okay.
So we got screwed out of not only door that night, we got screwed out of.
Ugh.
Yeah, because they were just letting everybody in.
Got
Like
people
Shit.
there, yeah. So it was
Yeah.
a bad situation all the way around.
Right. Right.
it was a fun show though.
Oh,
New
yeah.
owners
There,
now.
there were
show.
tears cried.
And from what I understood, I heard there might have been some guns pulled at some point.
Should have been. I was ready to set the place on fire.
That's a fucking.
All I know is that I heard that
dangerous
some
situation.
people who were involved in the show at least got some money that night.
Yeah, they had to cry over it when they had to drive the next day. We're trying to get out there with no money.
Get the money.
No.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, but it's not being run by the same people now. So
No, I don't even know who's running it anymore.
Daniel Corleone.
Yeah, like other than that, there's like kind of like a heavy shortage of like places for like heavier.
honestly, I
louder
mean
shit
that's
to
the thing
play.
I have to hand to Maxon with doing the Doom Room stuff. Is
Right.
he's been the only one to keep it alive
Shouts to Nick.
Right.
all these years.
The
He's
Doom
the only
Room-
one.
Now that he has the north end, it makes
Yeah.
things a lot
Good
Oh, yeah.
place,
for
too.
us.
It's a good time.
Yeah, that place is awesome. We
never
like
been
playing
there.
the spot too, but it's like yeah, I don't know. That's
I
like
haven't done that yet.
I know. Yeah, what's the deal there, man? What's
Well,
this
they kind of
curse?
got.
What's
They
the
kind
curse?
of. Yeah.
It's got like the dark mark.
It's
over
been like
there.
three times now, and it's failed.
Sorry, it was still open.
Oh, was that the one you got booked over like twice?
Yeah, because we,
It was like
we had that one that we were gonna
Yeah.
do,
See,
and it got
from
canceled
what-
because of like the stage.
Well, we as
building.
Controvert set up 2, and both of them got fucked. And then
I know.
you guys tried to book one.
Yeah.
It was solid for like what 3 weeks.
And then they were
And then
like,
there was
we
like,
have to
no,
do the
sorry.
stage. Yeah.
From
But
what I
that
understood,
at least
The stage
was
upgrade was
proven
the best
evidence
decision.
that they.
from what
they
I
got the
understood,
stage.
like basically, now it seems to be a little bit more organized. But at the time,
That's
it was
Jim
too
running it
many
now.
cooks in the kitchen, kind of a thing.
Well, I
Too
think
many
there was,
people
like,
booking and not communicating with each other.
There's
Right.
like between 3 or 4 people booking.
So there was like double
Yeah,
bookings
yeah,
happening,
yeah.
and like so
Yeah.
that like some of the shows got canceled because somebody was double booked.
Dude, that's what kind of like
So-
what happened to, like a couple times when I was trying to book that one that like we played because
Mhm.
I was like, who the fuck do I contact? I was like contacting
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 people, and then I got to one person. They're like, oh, you need to talk to this person. It's like
Dude.
okay, like,
Like I
but
was
yeah,
saying,
like eventually it
Call
went down.
Elon. Elon needs to figure out booking. He needs to figure out
That's a
van,
damn true story.
tour van.
If he could make it any
booking
easier, it'd be
apps.
great.
Yeah.
If Elon could figure that out, please. Oh, shit.
Be more efficient.
Yeah, you know, like the Tesla car version of booking.
Yeah, just not the first version of Tesla. You know, the whole exploding and catching on fire.
Yeah,
So,
Don't worry about that.
that shit'll buff out.
You're
I
not.
made the
oh,
Pinto.
oh, those little guys.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to worry about that. Oh shit! I drive that fucking Mandalorian truck though, for sure. The new one.
The Mandalorian.
Whatever
truck.
it is, the new one.
The Cybertruck.
Yeah, man, it's stupid, but I like it.
Boba Fett truck.
I like it.
Fuck it.
It's
Bring it
like
on.
okay,
Dude, it
finally,
looks like a- it looks
cars
like a
are
car I
looking
had
like
once
they're
with
supposed to
remote
look in the
control.
future. Fucking stupid.
Well, that's it's because like all of our generation is now becoming the old fucks that are
Right.
designing and building these
Right,
things, and we grew up with
Do you
Back to
ever
the
wonder
Future
if
and
maybe Elon Musk just sees differently than us, and to him it's
Oh,
really round?
Something you want to tell us about you and Elon?
He's
I'll
an
say-
alien, man. He's an alien.
Oh shit, man.
He's a fucking alien.
It's weird how much I think about Men in Black 1.
Shriveled up guy
I
inside
think
of the
people
head
are
pilot.
aliens regularly.
Like, I think like most CEOs of like
Dude,
tech
fuck yeah.
companies are like aliens.
That's just funny.
He's
Yeah.
a smart person.
Oh man, everybody might just be a disguise for a fucking weird alien.
Dude, I'm trying so hard not to be the third guy to go pee right now.
Dude,
Do it.
Nah, fuck you.
don't get him done.
Is it beer 3
I'm
time?
professional as shit, man.
oh fuck.
You just hear shh.
So,
Do you want another beer?
what are your guys' plans like moving forward? Like, do you have like shows coming up? Obviously, I mean, this is gonna drop.
Right. I think, yeah, I mean, shows, that'll, as of right now, we only have, like, one show booked, like Black Circle and Indie. But other than that, I think, like, the big goals, we want to, like, just eventually get a vinyl out and shit like that. I don't think
Fuck yeah.
there's any, like, I think we just got one more song that we're going to do, and it was the last song that we played here, the Blood on the Crystal Ball. But once we get that, I think we're going to do, like, 2 songs per side, like 12-inch, basically. They're
Hell
so
yeah.
fucking long that it should take up.
Oh
all
god,
the-
yeah.
It's like 20 minutes aside, should be good enough. basically. But yeah, but yeah, I don't know. There's like probably like a selfish part of me that's just like I just want my band on a vinyl.
Yeah, dude.
And
Oh, we've
I
talked
just
about that with Heroes, too.
Yeah, like
We've talked about like trying to figure out like at some point because we kind of decided we went the way of like mostly doing like EPs
right.
Sure.
and like I mean we haven't technically the last one was considered an album. It was only 8 tracks,
Right.
but lengthwise it pushed it just over into what would be considered an album.
Right.
But like we had talked about like at some point like compiling them all into like a box set of vinyls and releasing them like that.
Right.
But I mean that shit can get expensive
Yeah,
though.
I know.
Like when we were looking at it, we're like, really?
Right.
Fuck! Like,
I know, because
I was like, it'd almost be cheaper for me to just buy the shit to do it myself. Like,
Yeah.
initially we were thinking like a 10-inch, and like that, it's even more expensive to do a fucking 10-inch, I guess, supposedly. So we're like, let's do like one more song, and we'll try and do a 12-inch. which eventually we're gonna do it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like goals for us, I mean, it's just having fun with it.
Most
right
of it
now.
is to get you guys to go to Redtail Band and stream our
Probably my
music.
favorite one so far.
Yeah. That was probably the smoothest.
Yeah, that was
segue
pretty.
to
That was a pretty
Well,
good
I
segue.
finally found the camera.
that. Jesus.
Well, one of the guys right here is the guy you got to talk to about booking some shows.
Yeah, man.
They will fucking
Yeah.
love you out there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
They
you
will
guys
love you
will.
out there.
Yeah, it's been like something we've been thinking because we play
You got
North
a-
End, Spot
some
a
house
lot, and we're
shows?
looking to kind of
House
branch out a
shows?
little more.
Mhm.
Right on. We love a good house show, man.
Oh, and
I was gonna
and-
ask
it's
if you
more
guys
like a
do like
garage
a.
show.
Yeah, it's a garage, not a house.
We're
but-
absolutely
Yeah.
not a band that's like, oh, we need it to be like this.
Oh,
Right,
But
right, no.
We don't give a fuck.
And the turnouts
Yeah,
out there, and
like-
the types of people that come out and are a part of that community are fucking amazing.
Dude, hey,
Like-
all you gotta be able to do is bang your head, man. You know?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
you just gotta be able to just
just
gotta
getting
be
in
able
front
to
of
go there.
a
Right?
few people that haven't seen us.
Right, Dave? You gotta be able to go there.
Definitely gotta consider putting them on
Oh, for
Friday this next Friday.
I was already thinking
done.
about it as soon as I saw the
Dude,
video or
fried.
saw you
We're
guys
down.
Well, catch us
We're
there.
down to get fried.
That's after this came out, so.
play. For sure.
yes, it'll definitely be after this game comes
Yeah,
out.
you should probably come see us in March in Lafayette. I'm sure we'll be there sometime. Sometime after
We
the
don't have
thaw.
anything booked, but look out for us in
Oh, yeah.
January, February, March. Yeah,
April.
I'm gonna keep.
May.
Keep
But
going.
yeah, man.
Like you almost it almost makes me want to hold on to this episode for a little while
No.
longer, and then when you guys
If
when
we-
you guys actually book shows, what I will do is then put over your mouth and dub April 23rd.
No, man.
Just
Don't hold this back. We really need.
I would,
we really need
but it would be
publicity.
hilarious if you booked a bunch of shows and then like, I just put like a box over your mouth and be like,
That's what I'm saying.
April
They're
23rd.
gonna have audio hashtags one day. So if we just do hashtag Redtail, like right now, one day I can go back in and YouTube will let me search by hashtag for audio, and I can just like green screen that shit in, right? So it'll be like, insert break here. These dates we will be in Lafayette, Louisiana.
You should just go back and edit this and like everything that Ben says, put the black edit thing over his mouth and just say like it's like too many like racial slurs. Like
Did I say one?
no. But you were saying you were saying how earlier how you didn't like any race but whites. Well, can you
Can you elaborate?
can you
on this?
can you don't
Well, my favorite comedian, Bert Kreischer, said.
don't do that.
The most racist comedian in the world. Bert Kreischer.
Calling out a bro that's not even gonna watch this movie.
No. but if anybody would find his name
putting it
that
out
way, it would be Bert. Bert knows how to to search for his name in audio. I guarantee it. I guarantee he'll find it on YouTube.
Right. Well,
I guarantee it. I don't know him. He's good though. I like him,
oh shit.
even though he's racist. He's not really.
I was just like, can we say allegedly?
Allegedly
no,
racist.
no, you didn't say it. Shout out to Tom Segura.
Also good.
I am not.
Just calling a bunch of other comedians racist.
Sounds like deflecting to me.
Yeah.
Man. Say it.
Yeah.
You're just trying to throw people off the scent,
Well,
bro. You need to fess up.
that's what we white people do.
Hang up the hood. Hang up the hood, man. 'Cause
No, man.
It's time.
It's fucking cold
Let it
out.
go,
Do you want me to cut layers right now?
Well, almost 2020, bro. Almost 2020.
Right. And
Right.
hindsight will show you the way. Okay.
The Great White Hope.
Yeah.
Well,
Hindsight, because you say, I like how you say hindsight. Is that because you like to eat butts?
But, yeah.
A lot of people that don't know out there, ladies. ladies.
Yes,
Ben,
and
Ben will eat your butt.
damn.
It's disgusting.
You're gonna get a call on that. Someone's gonna take you up.
Whatever,
on
he's good, man. Ben's fucking fine.
You're gonna get
man.
messages at
But
your
Ben's
bank
got
account.
no
I'm gonna text
worries.
that coworker back. Don't watch.
Dude, no, yeah. He's gonna get a call that he wants, basically, if that's what you
shout
mean.
We're not gonna tell anybody about this.
Yeah. Redtailband.bandcamp. No. Jesus.
Sorry, I'm sorry to out you like that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Redtail, they do butt stuff.
Ben
Hey, he's
does.
trying
They got the name Redtail for a reason.
For a reason.
Oh.
He's trying to
Just ripping
Yeah,
asses.
there you go.
Damn. Not brown tail, bro.
That was
brown
probably one of the longest processes of this band was figuring out
Yeah.
the fucking name.
That was
We
a
all
silly-
fucking like hated each other forever over it.
That's like every 5 minutes,
Oh my
though.
gosh, yeah,
Just like,
fuck you,
man. But, yeah, that was, Redtail just clicked, though, immediately. Like,
As soon as someone said it, you're like,
somebody threw it out,
"Alright,
Dave,
yep,
or
that was
I
it."
don't think I did. One of you guys did.
I don't remember.
It was.
I think it was you. I think it
Sounds
was
like a
Ben.
serial killer in the
What's
middle
up?
there. That's what it sounds like.
I think,
Yep.
serial
That's
killer?
what it was.
Yeah, he's awfully quiet over there.
Body barrier.
Those shifty eyes. Ooh, look at him.
He's just like,
Legs.
yeah.
Take her easy.
Like, keep talking, you'll end up in hooker pit.
He's got that you'll never find where they're buried face.
Yep. I got it.
Jesus, man. But yeah, man, we went through like a ridiculous catalog of like the standard like stoner rock.
Do you ever like try and
Yeah,
like
that's a
draw
fun
logos?
game. You
and,
ever do
like,
that?
You're like,
Let's try to figure out what looks good on paper.
Well, no, like stoner rock names. It's like a drug and then like a mystical
Or an
or
animal.
magical thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Say copywriting right now. Shroom Druid.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Shroom
my
Druid
next
is-
band.
yeah, that's the next
because that's
one.
not taken.
Yeah, Shroom
Yeah,
Druid
it's
is
like
all
acid
ours.
wizard or like dope witch.
Let's make one up
or,
in
like,
here. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Hook. Oh, is there a hook? Okay.
Oh man, you need a drug first.
Okay. Adderall. Have they started going into like
No,
pharmacies
it's gotta
yet?
be. Yeah, it's gotta be like
Pharmaceuticals.
grass or a psychedelic of some type.
Sure.
Basically.
Yeah.
Molly Sorcerer.
Molly Sorcerer.
Shroom Druid might
Shroom-
be.
that's it.
Molly Sorcerer.
Yeah.
That's pretty good,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, for like a psych band for sure.
Yeah.
Molly Sorcerer.
Nice.
So we're back. We're Molly Sorcerer.
Hey guys, we're back.
You can keep
Son of a
that one.
bitch.
Fuck.
Molly Sorcerer. That's like Molly Hatchet.
We're done with. We're not Redtail anymore. Okay.
Shit. Fuck.
Molly Sorcerer.
Yeah. Oh, Pepto. Pepto Shaman. I got it.
Pepto.
Nailed it.
Very fucking
Imodium
shit.
Quest.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking,
Dude, you're fucking killing it, man.
Yeah, alright.
They're a little off-brand, but they're still like they
it's
still
like
come. They roll
That,
off.
that's
the
that's
tongue
from
very
being poor.
nicely.
That's just being.
I only need.
Equate journey.
Oh yeah, it's like Kroger Quest. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
Wal-
like the off-brand. It's like I only know the store brand.
Yeah.
Basically. Fuck, man.
Head on.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Alright.
Remember that shit?
Rite Aid Witch.
Might be.
I'm just gonna keep doing this. You just do go on with the
Yeah,
podcast.
Go pee.
Yeah.
I'm not done. You motherfuckers better hold this together while I go
Oh, I
piss.
got this. Dave has this.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with, like, that's the one person we've heard the least from in all of this.
Yeah. That's gonna probably remain to be the case.
I like how he's literally scooted back far enough for the microphone.
Yeah, it's like,
as he
now it's
possibly
like, he's
can.
right back here, so you really
Yeah.
can't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be my alarm's gonna be set for 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm screwed.
Yeah, we'll probably end up.
Yeah.
Getting to the
Now, see
plugs.
what will be funny is if we were to just end the podcast now before he came back,
Oh shit, man.
and then
Oh,
He would not appreciate that, dude. I just know that because it's like you gotta. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Nah. No, that's not worth it.
so what we need to do is like we need to just take the
Sorry
headphones
for my
off,
nose, man.
and then once the door starts opening, we
I
can just
just
take. Ah!
oh,
No!
got him.
No!
Oh,
Oh, you killed the camera!
You know what we were talking about doing?
Oh my
Was under
god!
the podcast.
just
Oh my god!
leave it to Ben to come in
Fuck.
and
What
just
even happened?
wreck shit.
Redtail Band.
Fuck.
This is where you turn the screen black and go.
Probably
did by smashing the camera.
Due to technical
dude.
difficulties.
Just
It
re
didn't unplug, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, but it's looking at the
Redtail
ceiling.
No, we're still going.
Redtailband.bandcamp.com.
This is just where you just put that up on
It's a
the
good time.
Tell your friends. Tell your mother.
The fuck
Tell
are
your
you
friends.
even doing? How the fuck
I
did
saw.
you get? That was nowhere near me.
I saw big business.
You have ghosts in the garage. I'm calling
No,
it ghosts.
it was-
It's called
Clumsy.
your clumsy.
Dude, it was so
Buffoon.
good. He finished. His echo was on point. He was like, "Tell your mother." Tell your friends.
Oh, I just
Tell
walked
your
over
mother.
the.
Yeah, Benny just took out
It was
the
like
camera and a
echoing
light and.
perfectly. So it was like, "Tell your mother. Tell your mother. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your
We
mother."
could
Go down.
Dude.
And to the right just a tad bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
So while you were gone, we decided to knock everything over.
Beautiful.
So let's go ahead and get the show started.
All right, everybody, we're back.
My bad, guys. Totally didn't.
Redtail Band.
I'm totally gonna edit in a technical difficulties.
All right, guys,
Oh,
thank
for
you so much.
sure, yeah.
It's gonna be.
Welcome to the Redtail Show. We're back here with the Band Shop Boys.
Yeah, and I still haven't peed. You know,
Did you-
all these
oh,
guys.
did you not?
Yeah, I was the
Do
most
you want me to come
professional
watch?
one. I didn't even leave. You're gonna edit it out before.
Across the streams.
Sword fight. Eh?
Sword fight.
The worst thing is that it
Fucking
fucked up the
90s
whole
movies,
thing that we
man.
were trying to get set up before you came back, and it just. Way to go, Benny!
Right.
Yeah, remember when I said to run the board and stop fucking up?
I was trying to, you know.
You fucking knob jockey. Come on.
Twist the knobs, turn the levels, do that shit
Oh,
over there.
and cut you out of the.
Oh,
Oh no.
Do what you
Nah,
do,
man,
sir.
He's fucking gonna make another. band
There's a
name
large
for us.
space you're gonna have
Don't
to
do
take up there. So,
Well, you know.
You can't crop me out, motherfucker.
yeah, too much.
I'm not good.
Where are you gonna find this much purple?
That's right. That's right. Nonsense Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah!
Oh no.
Brother.
I can't ever hear about the Kool-Aid
You
Man
were
and
two
not
claps
think
and
of
Ric Flair.
Dane Cooks. But
No. Nobody?
Woo! I'll give you the woo. That's about it.
At least a Ric Flair.
Fuck, man.
Well,
That's how boys.
yeah, we're getting into that time,
Yeah,
I'm a pretty
Yeah, man.
tired guy.
but like,
This
it
is a
was
blast,
great
man.
having you guys
are
on
great.
here.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having us, man.
We'll absolutely come back again if.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whenever you
If
want to have
repeats
us.
are
If,
allowed,
whatever.
we'll-
Oh, hell yeah.
Come hang
We're
out.
looking at, there will definitely be repeats, and we're also, there's some talk about, things in the future as far as even potentially setting up some shows
Sure.
of, featuring some of the bands that have been on here,
Dude, that'd be great.
things like that.
Dude, this is great. I love what you guys are doing.
Yep, just let us know, man. We're in.
Yeah,
It's a blast.
it's a good
Blast.
thing.
Um,
Yeah. Not. I
Because
was to
you
say.
guys-
Probably the only one like in Lafayette, I would say, that's worth a damn. I'd say I don't think there's dude. No, like when I initially like looked at your stuff, I was like, oh, local podcast, we'll see. But like some of like the like independent ones, they're like clunky and like not palatable and hard to watch.
We're still
but this
kind of
is-
clunky.
It's not,
and
though. No, it's not.
We have our moments.
like
I mean,
It's very
it's-
smooth. It's
there's
very-
still
yeah,
a long
very
ways to go.
palatable.
And what we want to do, we have a
Right.
lot of plans and a lot of like big ideas for things. With
As
it.
far as like the
But-
early stages, though, no, it's good. Like,
Well, I think it helped that like we planned it and worked on it for a month or two before we actually started doing it. Like we kept playing around with different camera ideas, lighting ideas, like how are we going to set up the studio space in general. In fact, when we first set stuff up, it wasn't even set up this way. We had a completely different setup. The computers were in a different
it
place.
was
And everything was
much smaller.
yeah,
Right.
and we were like, we really need to make this bigger, like much bigger. And we actually, this place we can expand even more eventually when we clear out more space. So, if it keeps growing and keeps going the way that we hope so, it will keep getting bigger, more room, more professional stuff, better
Absolutely,
lighting, stuff like that. But
It's the podcast era, so it's a good
yeah, we didn't
time.
want to do just like your normal podcast either. It was like we didn't
No.
want to just be like, let's just sit down and talk with people. Like we wanted to be like,
This is like
bring bands on here, let them play.
Yeah.
There are
And
there are
that's cool.
radio stations that kind of do stuff like that, but
Yeah, I
there
mean,
aren't
there's
a lot
some
of
places. I mean, like I don't know if you guys
podcasts.
watch Audio Tree on YouTube.
Right,
Like, they do
right.
the same kind of thing. Although they don't really do podcasts, they just do live sessions and stuff.
We
for
need
it.
one in the area, though.
But-
I mean, this is a good one
You
for
know.
here. Yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly. But that was kind of like our inspiration for this. Is like we want to do something similar to that, but our own take on it. And mostly because, like we've discussed many times on this podcast, like we wanted to give a platform to bands around here that we all feel
Exactly, man.
like, are worth a shit and nobody knows about. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, of course, we're not opposed to bringing in other bands from other states, other areas.
Right.
Sure.
But primarily for us, this was like a vehicle to try to get all of our friends somewhere to get out and
Dude, it's
so
it.
people can actually
It's fun.
see you and hear you and
Everybody wins in that
Yeah.
this situation. Basically, it's like people see.
Well, honestly,
people
I
see
have
us
to
on
say,
this, we tell people about this. Basically,
we've talked about this a little bit before, but I haven't had him sitting right next to me. But honestly, this dude here was a big inspiration on it. Like, I mean,
Aw.
both for even us, kind
I
of
believe
like
it with those names.
with us
Shit.
even playing and
Right,
getting out and
right.
actually doing more, because when we
Molly-
decided to
Molly
do
Simpson.
Eros as a live thing, it was going to be a one-off. We were literally just going to do the one festival and that was it. We were a studio band. That was studio band. That's
Right.
Sure.
what we were doing until this guy and their community and everybody started reaching out and being like, dude, you need to come out and do this. You need to come out and and they were so warm and accepting to us, more so than here, that it was
That's
just
the way to
like it made us want to keep doing it.
Right.
And so then that gave us more inspiration to want to keep doing more things. And then because of the love you have for the community and supporting bands and trying to give them a platform with what you can do, that was inspiration for us to be the same way and be like, well, we've got this space, we've got experience in doing recordings and editing and stuff. Let's use that as a
Right.
tool to help the community.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, I mean, it does.
Bridge it. We got to bridge a gap. I mean, we'll get you guys down to or up, I guess.
Oh.
Man.
Up. Yeah.
It's like a lateral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up, down.
It's right across the state.
And
Across
you
the state.
guys
We
will
play
be
all
seeing
across
more
the
of this
strip.
fucker on here too. I'm
Cool.
gonna get him on here more.
I'm just like herpes. You can't get rid of me.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Well, hell yeah, man. Thanks for having us
Yeah,
on.
thanks for
We're
having
so
us.
glad you guys
Great.
came out, and we
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
wait to get you guys back in here again. And
Dude, we're down to come back. Yeah.
It was great to meet you guys for sure.
Good to meet you
You too,
too, man. Yeah. This was a
And
good
don't
time.
forget to check out the
Redtail, yeah, Redtail Band,
Redtail Band.
Instagram,
Instagram,
YouTube, Redtail Band.
Facebook,
Yeah, if
at
you go to our
Redtail Band,
Instagram, there's a
anything.
bunch of lovely
social
pictures.
media.
and you
Redtail
can,
Band, Redtail Band,
link
Redtail
to
Band.
the
Make
make sure you check it out, Redtail Band.
Yeah, Redtail Band.
That's
If you haven't heard it enough, Redtail Band.
Redtail.
Is anybody else?
Are they on Bandcamp?
Yeah, I think I heard something about Bandcamp, right?
Redtail.
And it's Red-
It's
This is a red.
Yeah,
it
give
does-
me a
They're not
give me a
really on
fade out on
Bandcamp.
this. With the,
Fade out on Redtail Band.
with the Redtail Band.
Band.
No, it's all freeze frame. Jump.
Here, we'll hold the red tail.
Yeah, put a graphic right here.
Dave's just like,
Yeah,
"Fuck
no,
this."
put it right here in
I
front.
think Dave already sees it.
I can touch it.
Yeah, it's late, y'all.
Oh shit.
And on that note, I think we're done for
Yeah,
the night, boys.
thank you guys.
Thanks
Thanks a
again.
lot. This was awesome.
This is great.
Thank you.
Thanks. Redtail Band, I think.
I want to hear that in my sleep.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're gonna know where to go though.